I'm Selena. I'm an educator with 20 years of teaching experience and a test prep expert with Study.com. In this video, we will focus on the FTCE Middle Grades Social Science 5 through 9 038 exam, specifically the Knowledge of Economics section. We will cover key concepts like supply and demand, opportunity cost, scarcity, economic systems, and how government and global factors influence economic decision-making. Let's dive in and get you ready to succeed on the exam. How does scarcity of a resource affect a government's economic choices? A. It forces the government to allocate the resources efficiently. B. It may lead to increased taxes to fund the purchase of more of the resource. C. It leads to a decrease in demand for the resource. Or D. It does not affect the choices as governments can create more of the resource. B. Increased taxes is incorrect. This might happen in some cases, but it is not the main effect of scarcity. C. Decrease in demand is incorrect. Scarcity usually leads to higher demand. D. Governments can create more. Governments cannot create natural or limited resources. The correct answer is A. It forces the government to allocate the resources efficiently. When a resource is scarce, a government must make decisions on how to best allocate this limited resource. This often involves making tough choices and prioritizing certain needs over others, leading to increased efficiency in the use of the resource. Silver is a valuable metal. If all the mines in the world ran out of silver, what would happen? A. The price of silver would fall. B. The absolute scarcity would fall. C. The absolute scarcity would rise. Or D. The relative scarcity would fall. A. The price of silver would fall. This is incorrect. When something becomes more scarce, the price usually rises. B. The absolute scarcity would fall. This is the opposite of what would happen. If there's no silver, scarcity increases. D. The relative scarcity would fall is incorrect. Relative scarcity compares resources, but the situation is about silver running out completely. The correct answer is C. The absolute scarcity would rise. Absolute scarcity has to do with the availability of a resource. If mines ran out of silver, absolute scarcity would rise. This would almost certainly result in a corresponding rise in the price. An individual opts to take night classes for certification instead of getting a part-time job. As the person begins courses, they realize that they have much less time and much less money than if they opted for a part-time job. What happens to the opportunity cost if this continues? A. It stays the same. B. It is not evident. C. It decreases. D. It increases. A. It stays the same is incorrect. Opportunity costs can change over time depending on what is being given up. B. It is not evident is incorrect. It is evident here because the person is clearly giving up time and income from a part-time job. C. It decreases is incorrect. It doesn't decrease. The more time and money they lose, the more valuable the job options become. The correct answer is D. It increases. The opportunity cost of taking certification classes over getting a part-time job is the time and money associated with that part-time job. As the person's time and money dwindle, the opportunity cost increases. What is demonstrated on a production possibilities model? A. The cost of choosing between two different goods. B. The cost of choosing between three different goods. C. The probability of earning a profit. Or D. How fixed costs can be lowered. B. Three different goods is incorrect. A basic production possibilities model only compares two goods at a time. C. Probability of earning a profit is incorrect. This model isn't about profit. It's about trade-offs and resources. D. How fixed costs can be lowered is incorrect. Fixed costs are a business concept, not what this model shows. The correct answer is A. The cost of choosing between two different goods. A production possibilities model demonstrates the cost of choosing between two different goods. The model will show how much of each good will be produced when making more of one good and less of another. Thank you for joining me and working on some practice questions. For more practice, check out our FTCE Middle Grades Social Science 5 through 9 038 playlist. And for even more detailed practice, strategies, and customizable study materials, head over to study.com. Those who use study.com boast a 92% pass rate. Our courses include full-length exams, hundreds of authentic practice questions, and short, targeted video lessons specifically developed based on the latest test updates. With our resources, you'll know exactly what to expect on test day. Like this video and subscribe to the channel to get all the latest FTCE test updates. Thanks for watching. Happy studying.